Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to add Jotform submissions in Microsoft Excel. So here my objective is that I'm collecting lead details with the help of form submissions that I've done with Jotform. And my objective is that whenever a new form submission is done with the help of Jotform, automatically the details of the lead that is collected with the help of Jotform should be transferred into my Microsoft Excel worksheet. For that, what we're going to do is, we are going to create an automation between Jotform and Microsoft Excel with the help of Pabbly Connect. Pabbly Connect runs on two concepts, that is trigger and action. In this process, my trigger application is going to be Jotform and my action application is going to be Microsoft Excel. If you want to learn how to do this automation, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to add Jotform submissions in Microsoft Excel. So here my objective is that as I'm receiving lead details by my customers with the help of Jotform submission, automatically when a form submission is done with the help of Jotform, automatically the details of that lead that is generated with the help of Jotform should be transferred into my Microsoft Excel worksheet. So for that, what we're going to do is we're going to create an automation between Jotform and Microsoft Excel with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign in to my Pabbly Connect account. After signing into your Pabbly Connect account, you can see all Pabbly apps window in front of you, in which you can see the 5 applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on Access Now. Then on a new tab, Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, we have to click on this top right corner button right over here that says Create Workflow. Then a new dialog box is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for a workflow name. So I'm going to give a name to my workflow as Add Jotform Submissions in Microsoft Excel. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. If you want, you can give a name to your workflow according to your requirement. After that, it is asking for us to select a folder. On the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, we have to click on this drop down arrow right over here. So these are the folders that I've created in my Pabbly Connect account, and from which I'm going to select Jotform Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving a name to a workflow and selecting the folder, we're going to click on Create in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Add Jotform Submissions in Microsoft Excel, and there are 2 windows in front of you. One says Trigger, another says Action. Trigger and Action are the 2 most important steps of our automation process, because our process depends on these 2 steps. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means our action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. Firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to set up a trigger step. For that, we have to click on this arrow right over here. And for the trigger application, we are going to select it as Jotform, because whenever a form submission is done, automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response of the lead that is generated with the help of Jotform. So I'm going to select my trigger application as Jotform. And for the trigger event, I'm going to select it as New Response. After selecting a trigger application and the event, you can see Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. With the help of this unique webhook URL, we are going to connect Jotform with Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below. Firstly, I'm going to copy this URL from here. Now I'm going to open the form that we have created with the help of Jotform to connect it with Pabbly Connect. So this is the form that I have created with the help of Jotform, as you can see right over here. Now we want to connect this form with Pabbly Connect. For that, what you have to do is you have to click on Settings right over here. Then from the left side of my screen, you can see there are multiple options, from which we are going to select Integrations. Then over here, you can see in the Integrations, from the search bar, we are going to search for webhooks. We're going to select on webhooks. Over here, you can see it is asking for a webhook URL. So we're going to provide the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. So I'm going to paste the URL here. After that, we're going to click on Complete Integration. As you can see that we successfully created an integration. As you can see over here, it says integration is ready. You have successfully created an integration. We are going to click on Finish. And over here, you can see a tick mark is on webhooks. That means we have successfully created a connection between Jotform and Pabbly Connect with the help of webhook. So if I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect and scroll down over here, it is saying waiting for webhook response. So this means what we're going to do now is we're going to check whether Jotform is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect or not. For that, what we're going to do is we're going to do a test submission. For that, I'm going to open the form that I've created. So this is the form that I've created. I'm going to go back. So this is the form that I've created right over here. We're going to click on Publish right over here. Then we're going to click on Open in New tab. So this is the form that I've created. As you can see right over here, I'm going to fill in all the details, and after filling all the details, I'm going to click on submit, and then I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of this form submission or not. Firstly, for the first name over here, I'm going to write it as test. For the last name over here, I'm going to write it as user1234. For the phone number over here, I'm going to write it as a dummy mobile number. After that, for the email, I'm going to write it as testuser1234@pabblytuts.com. After filling all the details, I'm going to click on submit. As over here you can see it says thank you, your submission has been received. So now I'm going to open my Pabbly Connect and I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect has captured the response of the form submission that we have done right now or not. For that I'm going to open my Pabbly Connect account. I'm going to scroll down. And yes, as you can see right over here, a form submission is received in our Pabbly Connect account. If you're going to tally the response over here, for the first name as test, last name as user1234, email as testuser1234@pabblytuts.com, for the phone number, dummy mobile number, and all the other details. So this means that we successfully created a connection between Jotform and Pabbly Connect successfully. After setting up a trigger step, we need to set up our action step, and as we want that whenever a new form submission is done or whenever a new lead is generated with the help of Jotform, automatically the response of that lead or the form submission should be transferred into our Microsoft Excel worksheet. For that, what we're going to do is we're going to set up our action step by clicking on this arrow right over here, and for the action application right over here, we're going to select it as Microsoft Excel. So I'm going to select my action application as Microsoft Excel, and for the action event, we're going to select it as Add Row to Worksheet. After that, we're going to click on Connect in order to connect Microsoft Excel with Pabbly Connect. Then a new window is going to appear in front of you, on which we're going to click on Add New Connection. But if you have an existing connection, you can choose this option. After that, we're going to click on Connect with Microsoft Excel. Then a new window is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for a permission. I'm going to click on Allow, as this is a safe process and my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect. As you can see that we successfully authorized Microsoft Excel with Pabbly Connect. So after connecting Microsoft Excel with Pabbly Connect, it is asking for us to select a workbook. So in my Microsoft Excel, I have created a workbook in the name of Jotform Lead Details, and I want that whenever a new lead is generated with the help of Jotform, automatically the details of that lead should be transferred into this worksheet. So for the workbook in our Pabbly Connect, we are going to select it as Jotform Lead Details. So I'm going to select my workbook as Jotform Lead Details. After that, it is asking for us to select a drive ID. As soon as you're going to select your workbook, automatically the drive ID is going to be mentioned right over here. So you do not need to do anything with this step. Next, it is asking for us to select a worksheet. So in my workbook, I have created a single worksheet in the name of Sheet 1. So for the worksheet over here, I'm going to select it as Sheet 1. Next, it is asking for the column A, first name, last name, email, and phone number. So in my workbook, as you can see right over here, in my columns, I've created 4 fields, that is first name, last name, email, and the phone number. And I want that whenever a new lead is generated with the help of Jotform, automatically the details of that lead should be transferred under these 4 fields. So in my Pabbly Connect, we are going to over here map the data from our previous response. Mapping means inserting data from our previous step. So we're going to insert the data from our previous step. And how are we going to do that? For that, we have to click right over here. As you can see over here, this was the previous step of this workflow, that is Jotform new response. I'm going to click on this arrow right over here, and this was the response that was captured in our previous step. As the data over here is finding for the first name, so we're going to map the data for the first name right over here. As I have mapped the data right over here, the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step right over here, automatically the response over here is going to be updated. Or in a simple words, I'm going to tell you, whenever a new response or whenever a new form submission is done with the help of Jotform and Pabbly Connect captures the new response, automatically the new response is going to be updated in the place of this mapped data. After that, it is asking for the last name, so we're going to map the data again. Click right over here, click on this arrow right over here. As it is asking for the last name, I'm going to map the data for the last name. After that, it is asking for the email. We're going to map the data again. Click right over here, click on this arrow right over here. It is asking for the email. I'm going to map the data. Lastly, for the phone number, I'm going to map the data again. Click right over here, click on this arrow right over here, and I'm going to map the data for the phone number right over here. After filling all the details right over here, I'm going to click on Save and Send Test Request. And as you can see right over here, response is received, and this is a positive response right over here. So now we're going to check whether the data is transferred into a Microsoft Excel worksheet or not. For that, I'm going to open my worksheet. I'm going to refresh the page. And yes, as you can see right over here, the data is successfully transferred from the lead generated with the help of Jotform into this worksheet in our Microsoft Excel account. For the first name as test, last name as user1234, email as testuser1234@pabblytunes.com for the phone number or dummy mobile number. So this means that we successfully created an automation between Jotform and Microsoft Excel with the help of Pabbly Connect. But now for all of you guys, what I'm going to do is to check whether the automation is successful. I'm going to do another form submission with the help of Jotform, and I'm going to check whether the data of that lead generated is transferred into our Microsoft Excel worksheet or not. For that, I'm going to open the form that I've created with the help of Jotform. Over here in the publish, we are going to click on open a new tab. As you can see, this is the form that we have generated with the help of Jotform. I'm going to fill in all the details for the first name, last name, phone number and the email. I'm going to fill in all the details. So as you can see that I've filled in all the details for the first name as dummy, last name as user123, phone number, dummy mobile number, and for the email as dummyuser123@pabblytunes.com. After filling all the details, I'm going to click on submit to submit the form submission. As you can see that over here it says your submission has been received. So now I'm going to open my Microsoft Excel worksheet and I'm going to check whether the new details of the lead generated is transferred into my Microsoft Excel worksheet or not. For that, I'm going to open a Microsoft Excel account. I'm going to refresh the page. And yes, as you can see right over here, the data is successfully transferred from our Jotform submissions into a Microsoft Excel worksheet. For the first name as dummy, last name as user123, email as dummyuser123@pabblytunes.com for the phone number, dummy mobile number. So this means that we successfully created an automation between Jotform and Microsoft Excel with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am receiving lead details by my customers with the help of Jotform form submissions. And I want that whenever a new response or whenever a new form submission is done with the help of Jotform, automatically the data of the form submission should be transferred into my Microsoft Excel worksheet. For that, we have created an automation between Jotform and Microsoft Excel with the help of Pabbly Connect, and this is how we create an automation between these two applications. So if you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video. Not just with these applications, you can create automation with the help of Pabbly Connect between multiple applications. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask your queries on forum.pabbly.com. If you have any queries regarding the pricing of Pabbly Connect, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions and doubts, and please share this video, and thank you for watching.